Hi, I'm Brendon Small, and I'm here with For Real and For Less, Randy Rhoads. So we're setting up two rigs. One is the actual authentic style of the Randy Rhoads rig with real pedals from yesteryear. And the other one is the more affordable modern version. So I have in my hands a 1974 Les Paul Custom. This is the same year and model that Randy Rhoads played, just a different color. Randy Rhoads hated orange, and he wouldn't eat oranges. Did you know that? He was allergic to citrus. That's why he died of scurvy. What did Randy Rhoads play? Probably played the JMP or Super Lead Plexi, 1959. What we have here is a Marshall Super Lead from 1974. Randy Rhoads would use a variac to be able to control the power going to the amp. We don't have that today because it'll hurt this amp and we're borrowing it. We'll get in trouble. This one's been modded by John Suhr so that it has a master volume on it that will help us kind of emulate something similar. So let me walk you through his pedals. He was an MXR guy, so he used a Distortion Plus. That was his gain. Stereo Chorus, MXR. He had a 10-band EQ. We got a wah pedal, Crybaby over here, and we've got a volume pedal. And the reason he had that volume pedal is because this is a noisy, noisy rig. Yeah. Behind me we have a late 70s Korg Stage Echo, just like the one he used. There it is. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at it. It's from the year 1850. So we did our best to collect vintage gear to put this together, but being vintage gear, sometimes it craps out, and that's what happened to the 10-band EQ over here. We're improvising, my friends. Now that we have all this gear in place, let's play some guitar and make some wretched noise. What do you say? Well, that certainly was loud, wasn't it? You're not in this room. It's really loud. I have earplugs in, and I can't hear myself anymore. Anyway, so we're going to do some variations. We're going to turn up the stage echo and get some kind of, inline delay that he used. Okay, Suicide Solution is a cool song. It has that kind of phasey sound. So we're going to turn on the MXR stereo chorus and try to emulate that with the chorus. As you know, Randy Rhoads loved classical guitar, and so to recreate some of the classical stuff he did on the record, some of the acoustic stuff, and some of the clean stuff, he would play with a stereo chorus or a flanger live and get these kinds of sounds. A little crackly, but period correct conditions nonetheless. Hi, we're back. This is our affordable version of the Randy Rhoads sound, and we're starting the whole thing off with this Friedman IRX. This is like got a tube preamp in it, so it actually has a tube inside of it, and you can get different IRs and different amp simulators. So we have everything from an old Marshall to other stuff too that I don't know because we're only using the Marshall sound right now. But check it out, it sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty authentic, right? Sounds like it's got a little bit of that compression in it and stuff. And then add a little bit of noise when I put the MXR Distortion Plus in front, but not bad if you're fast with the volume knobs. And but all in all, getting in the ballpark. Okay, so with these MXR pedals, they're still making the same pedals they made all the way back when, in the 70s, but they're the new modern versions. But pretty much the same sound for the most part. So the Distortion Plus, we've got the Echoplex, which is an MXR co-production, and the MXR Stereo Chorus, all the modern versions. And for the guitar, we have this Epiphone. Now this is a kind of a nicer version of an Epiphone, meaning it's a little bit higher price point, but you can get a cheaper one. You can find them for pretty affordable prices. So let's put them all in and check them out. Randy Rhoads loved that hiss. He was searching his whole life for that hiss. And that's it, we found it. It's like a ghost quacking. Anyway, yeah. You can get this same sound at home. That's fun. That is crazy. That inline delay is part of like an old sound. And also, okay, so we've tried all the different variations of these pedals and this guitar, and it sounds pretty cool. Now this is the more affordable version, and it's a little bit kind of easier to use. When you want to get the authentic Marshall, you do have to bring in a Marshall. You do have to, it's going to be a little bit noisier. It's going to be period correct, and it's kind of cool to go through the trouble and do all that stuff. It's really fun, but it's also nice to do it for less and do it with less junk, so your back doesn't hurt. Randy Rhoads had back problems, as you all know, and that's what killed him. Someone has to carry all this stuff somewhere. Think about that. Someone had to carry that thing for Randy Rhoads. You know who did it? Ozzy Osbourne. It's true. Did you know, and this is a fact, Ozzy Osbourne was Randy Rhoads' guitar tech, and he did all the wiring, and he had a soldering gun in his pocket, and that's how he did it. What do you think about that, huh? You remember when Ozzy Osbourne carried Randy Rhoads on his back? That's how Randy Rhoads got everywhere. That's how he got to a gig, from the hotel all the way to the gig. They had vans waiting for them, but not. Ozzy said, no, I'm going to carry him the whole way there. That's true. Now listen, I joke a lot, but I get paid to joke, so I can do that. Nobody else can try to make those jokes but me. Got it? I love modern technology, but the vintage stuff is, that's what got us here. So they're both very cool. Sometimes compact is a little bit easier on the wallet and on your back.